She keeps playing silly games. Man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Of Reason is back in the building. You already know what it is. I just want us to think. I want us to have discussions that are difficult discussions. Now, everybody want to act funny style and act like having difficult discussions in relationships, for the most part, is easy. It's not easy. A lot of people tend to avoid difficult conversations. Man, and listen here, man, you're not going to get me sitting up here acting all high and mighty. There have been many times I've avoided the difficult conversation. But in my experience, and it's just my experience, avoiding the difficult conversation creates more difficulty down the line. So look at the voice of reason here on KBLA Talk 1580 as the space you can have the difficult conversation without actually having it. I ask the tough questions. And you can call in anonymously, answer a few difficult questions. Again, I want to create an environment, man, where it supplements your intimate life. We're going to have the tough conversations here. And today is no different. Now, tonight's topic is lazy love. And for many years, I've heard people say, you gotta put the effort in order to make a relationship work. Then I've heard many people say, you're not doing the same thing you did to get me, to keep me, right? You got to continue to do the same things you did to get me, to keep me. Now, I have grown-up conversations here. What is this? What kind of game is this? I have to continuously jump through hoops? If I had to jump through hoops to get you, I was performing anyway. I was acting. I was putting on a show. I know people don't want to hear the real talk. I mean, maybe. I'm just saying. Is that what we have to do? Now, I done told you before. A lot of men put on that initial show. Ta-da! We're together now. But the reality of it is, Healthy relationships, meaningful relationships, lasting relationships are about acceptance. First, acceptance of yourself, then acceptance of your partner. See, a relationship can only suffer what I call relationship entropy, where the energy is still there, you just can't access it. The spark is there, but it's dimmed a bit. Let me tell you how these comfort zones come into being. A comfort zone comes into being is because it's like shaking up a bottle, right? Now, if you open it, it's going to explode if it has carbonation in it, right? But if you let it settles back down, and then you can open it again. Relationship comfort zones are about settling into your natural self after you've accomplished what you sought to accomplish. And if that's getting the girl or getting the guy, this is the same as letting yourself go. Lazy Love, a deeper look at relationship comfort zones. Now, when people look at this topic on the surface, they can misunderstand it. There's a difference between feeling comfortable in a relationship and being complacent. Can we get clear on that? A lot of people get complacent after they've scored their personal touchdown with you. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Are you struggling with that now? When I come forward, you already know my playlist is my co-host. The phone lines will be open. We'll be having some real discussions, and I've got questions as well. We've got a lot to talk about.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
On Saturday, December 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., come out and enjoy a free community health fair, co-sponsored by Pleasant Hill Baptist Church Health Ministry and the Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. The fair will be held on the church grounds at 2009 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, with free health screenings, refreshments, jumpers for the kids, a visit from Santa, entertainment with a DJ, free food giveaway for the first 100 people who attend, as well as raffles and other prizes. There will also be open enrollment health insurance representatives present. Attendees can get free blood pressure, glucose, HIV and STD testing, a dental screening, fluoride varnish, COVID testing, vaccines and boosters. Flu shots will also be offered. Housing navigation, mental health support, and education services will be available. Don't miss this free community health fair. Tell somebody and receive the gift of preventative health services this season. See you all on Saturday, December 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 2009 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Los Angeles.
Congratulations to this week's KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week. LA County Department of Children and Family Services. LA County Department of Children and Family Services promotes child safety and well-being by partnering with communities to strengthen family. Congratulations, LA County DCFF.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours, now through December 20th. All of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory.
Yeah, man.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community. And I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Said ooh, that lazy love. Officially the opposite of early. I gotta go downstairs. Everybody waiting down there for me. But I roll over into your curly. That sexy body, oh so nice and curvy. Reminiscing on last night. Wake up, baby, let me get it one more time before. I gotta go, I got responsibilities I gotta take care of. That's when you wrap them legs around me, and I fall victim to that lazy love. You got that I don't wanna go nowhere. That lazy love.
Yeah! The voice of reason. Live on KBLA Talk 1580. You already know what it is. The voice of reason does not play around, man. That's Lazy Love by Neo. Not one of my favorite records, no. But it fits the topic. Okay? It fits the topic. A lot of the brothers in my chat room are upset. They talk about people singing and whining. I almost choked reading the comments. But we are turned up tonight. Lazy Love, a deeper look at relationship comfort zones. Now, we're trying to make a distinction between being comfortable, feeling comfortable in a relationship. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the key elements to cultivating intimacy in a relationship is that each person feels comfortable with and around their significant other. Now, if you're not comfortable, it's going to be very difficult to become intimate. You're going to always keep them, him or her, at a distance to some degree. So comfortability is important. But we talking about getting too comfortable. You know what it means. You know how black people say, you get a little too comfortable. Are you dating a habitual line stepper? You create a boundary, they seek it out just so they can step over it. That's too comfortable, right? See, again, when you're dealing with one-dimensional black or two-dimensional black and white thinking types of people, they think, oh, you're supposed to be comfortable in a relationship. Yes, to a certain degree. But did you know that there are boundaries within a relationship that must be respected if the relationship is to remain healthy? Oh, I never thought of it. I know, because Disney wrote your relationship script. Okay? I'm really trying to put y'all up on some real information here. What does it mean to be too comfortable in a relationship? Now, I told you there's a difference between comfortability and complacency, right? The person who becomes complacent, in my estimation, maybe you guys can correct me, is the person that put on a show to get you. And now that they got you, the show doesn't need to go on. We're done here. I've accomplished what I've sought to accomplish. Do you understand what I'm saying? Agree or disagree, a comfortable relationship where we are not pushed to fulfill demands, exceed, and be a better self can feel great for a while. Meaning, if you're in a relationship that doesn't demand the best of you, now hold on, because when people write words, people take words literally. So let me slow it down. A comfortable relationship where we are not pushed to fulfill demands, right? And I want you to understand, because some people take push literally. I'm finna push you. I'm gonna be on you, right? I think it was Danny who played a clip where the brother in the clip said, I didn't marry your aunt because I loved her. I married her because she was on my neck. Listen, that's a problem. That ain't no good relationship. You need somebody to be on you to be productive? That's not a good relationship, brother. Now, you can frame that as, oh, I got a good woman because she stayed on my neck. That's not good. Who are you, the Lamar Odom of relationships? Lamar Odom could have been as great as Kobe if he had an internal motor. He was externally motivated. Kobe is internally motivated. Michael Jordan, internally motivated. Magic Johnson, internally motivated. Okay? Lamar Odom, come on, you can do it. Let's go, buddy. We believe in you. Now, fortunate for Lamar, you get Phil. And Phil understood. You got some players that are internally motivated versus some players that are externally motivated. Bad coaches don't recognize the difference. So fortunately for Lamar, he got Phil. And Phil said, come on, Lamar. We believe in you. I know you were a starter with the Clippers, baby, but I'm telling you now, you'll be better and stronger for us as the sixth man coming off the bench. You'll even get the Sixth Man of the Year award. He needed to be pushed. You don't need to be pushed in a relationship. If you got to be pushed in a relationship, you're not motivated for your highest good. Ooh. Okay. So the therapist is saying my uncle didn't marry for love. Right? He married his wife because she pushed him. All right? To have a need to be constantly pushed, that means you're in a space of borderline complacency. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. Lazy love. If I got to pump you up so you can be ready to be intimate, and I'm not talking about sexually, I'm talking about engaged in an intimate environment known as relationship, I know you failing yourself in some areas. Come on now, eat your vegetables. I'm not trying to be funny. 1-800-920-1580. Call me right now. What does complacency do to a relationship? Complacency in a relationship reflects feeling so satisfied and secure that you don't think you need to try any harder. That your relationship is healthy and functioning. So it's okay to set back and set the relationship on cruise control. Really? Complacency can also be a good indication that you feel emotionally safe with one another. And that's fine, right? That's comfortability right there. That's not complacency. To me, that's comfortability. I am comfortable enough around you that I can relax and I can chill and I can be myself. Do you know how difficult it is to be yourself around somebody in a relationship that's taking notes and scheming because they have their own insecurities? It's really hard to open up, right? True or false? A sure sign you're too comfortable in your relationship, the sex becomes routine, boring, and lacks passion. 1-800-920-1580. Call me. Agree or disagree. A sure sign you're too comfortable in your relationship is when you often spend time together, each of you doing your own thing. You're on your phones, they're on their phones. You're watching your shows, they're watching their show in a separate room. We have become too comfortable because now we are present in the body, but not in the spirit. Now, the question is a little awkward, but I would say this. Take that last part. You have become too comfortable in your relationship when you are more present in your body and less present in your spirit as it pertains to this relationship. Going through the motions. Well, on Sundays, we go to church. Saturdays, we go to the movies. It just becomes a routine of this is all we do, right? But there's no spirit connectivity. There's no, the moment matters because we're together. Do you hear how I frame that? The moment matters because we're together. True or false, being too comfortable in a relationship could mean you are not advancing or developing. Somebody call me right now. 1-800-920-1580. Sean from Oakland, get in here, man.
Hey, brother, what a wonderful topic, and I think super important. I have teenagers. I have a daughter and a son, and, one of my biggest fears, because, just one of the biggest fears is my daughter will meet up with the con artist, right? That gives out to be the most perfect person on the planet and is really good at it. We've all grown up and heard the spew, and then it turns out they're just full of it. But, the big presentation, but no follow through, right? I mean, that's, and hopefully, we've done, as my better half and I, not myself, by myself, we've hopefully done a good enough job of building a foundation in which she can recognize that. But I'm always, trying to explain complacency, because that's not that easy with teenagers. Remember, when you're teaching or trying to teach as a guide, don't assume that everyone's understanding the broad definition of the terms. You are one of those that goes into the deep depths of the definitions of all these words, and I love that. But some of the younger folks, it has nothing to do with intelligence. It's just a matter of not being at that place yet to know the depth of some of these words, like complacency. And sometimes, yes, and I agree with you that sometimes just being comfortable is great. And that is a great sign in a relationship. But just make sure that you're not overdoing it for one or the other in that situation, unless you're totally comfortable with it. Like you said, comfortability. So, yeah, I'm down with that. It's just the biggest fear of mine as a parent, I tell you, for my daughter at least, my son too, but my daughter, it's like, I don't want someone putting on a big presentation because they want to control my child, and then, because they're really good at it, they fall for the con. So just be careful out there, people, because people will do this stuff.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sean. You brought Oakland, California in the building. If you desire to join the conversation and bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. The Voice of Reason is live. We still have a lot to talk about. Lazy love, a deeper look at relationship comfort zones. Yes, I want you to be comfortable. I want you to relax. I want you to feel at ease. Can you smell the sage wafting through my place? Yes, it smells beautiful in here. I want you to be comfortable. However, I do not want you to be complacent. Right? What does that mean? Sometimes you think if you get your dream person, you get to stop working on yourself. No. Self-work never stops. So you can never be complacent as it pertains to constantly developing who you are. If you're the same person I met 15, 20 years ago, you've been pretty complacent on your self-work. 1-800-920-1580. Somebody call me right now and share your insight about what I'm talking about. What makes a person complacent? Some people say fear of failure. I'd rather stay here in this comfort zone where my security net is than jump out there with no net. Some people, fear makes them stay complacent, comfortable, and bored. I love it. I love it. Those fears are powerful forces that can produce limiting beliefs, thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that inhibit our potential, our relationships, happiness, and fulfillment. But this is what I know, and this is where I'm going to go. 1-800-920-1580. We got callers calling from all over the country. Hold tight. I'm going to go forward. But when I return, we're going to Northridge. We're going to San Francisco. We got callers all over the place. We're going to talk to everybody.
2 hours late, but I can't help it, man. If they knew what I knew, then they would understand. I'm watching last night off, time to boss up. When suddenly on my back, I feel a soft touch. She right behind me, water glistening off her body, looking at me like.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The Justice Department is working to handle the water issues in Jackson, Mississippi. The DOJ filed a federal complaint against the city, alleging it failed to provide reliable drinking water to residents. A water system failure in August left 160,000 people without running water for over a week. Bill Clinton is testing positive for COVID-19. The former president took to Twitter to share the news and noted that while he's experiencing mild symptoms, he's doing fine overall. He also urged Americans to get vaccinated and boosted. Smaller interest rate hikes may be on the way. That's according to Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, who spoke to the Brookings Institution. The Fed has been steadily raising interest rates this year in a bid to fight soaring inflation. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Stonefire Grill's easy-to-order takeout holiday favorites bundle makes your holiday a breeze. It includes tri-tip boneless chicken breast, garlic mashed potatoes, barbecue chopped salad, corn on the cob, and fresh-baked breadsticks. The holiday favorites bundle for 10 or more at stonefiregrill.com.
Is the pen mightier than the sword?
They say the pen is mightier than the sword. At KBLA Talk 1580, we not only have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to write about. Politics, relationships, business, empowerment, and culture. The all-star roster at KBLA Talk 1580 has you covered.
That's what it's all about.
Be sure to follow us on all our socials for our latest book releases, op-eds, essays, and commentaries from our hosts. And, of course, download the KBLA 1580 app as we strive to remain your most trusted, credible, and reliable source for the issues you care about. This is unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
What up, baby?
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Ho, ho, ho.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefit concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192, or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Is your job recession-proof? Now might be the perfect time to switch careers and become an IT professional with My Computer Career. IT is listed as one of the top recession-proof professions. You could have your dream job in just months, not years. No experience needed. Take classes online or on campus, and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Celebrate good times, come on!
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass.
You gotta be kidding me!
On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., join KBLA Talk 1580 in Leimert Park at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be entertainment, food trucks, and a diverse array of vendors, along with attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
my playlist is my co-host. I'm going to try to be good. Hey. The voice of reason is on fire. We've come full circle after having coming forward. Man, KBLA Talk 1580. We on fire tonight. Lazy Love. Now, my playlist is going to shift, and now it's shifting into the greatest duets. That was Renee and Angela. We have so many more coming. But if you're listening to the record, I'll Be Good. Oh, goodness. See, what you did, you gotta keep doing. If you was good walking in the door, you gotta stay good. Even if it was a show, it was an act. See, I know when people ready to let their relationships go, they stop acting. 1-800-920-1580. Who wants to dispute that? See, you're lazy. You done got lazy. You're tired. You think ain't no more growth in the situation. So you say, you know what? I'm going to stop doing what I did to get you. I'm ready to release you. Let me act how I acted before I was acting to get you. 1-800-920-1580. This is heavy right here because, again, that's a sign that you're giving up in relationship. Or that you feel like there's nothing else to get from the relationship. Complacency. You stop putting on airs. Well, you wasn't supposed to put on airs in the first place. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get these callers in here. Fred from Northridge. Fred.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
Talk to me,
I'm
brother.
gonna just go off track just a little bit.
No.
Get that membership. The membership worth it. It's worth it. Okay, now back to the subject.
Okay.
My father told me a long time ago. He said, "What it took for you to get her is what it's going to take for you to keep her." Okay. So if you put that energy level out in the beginning, that's the energy level that you must maintain in order for the relationship to stay on the image that you painted. Okay. See, me, I base mine on a composite scale. Okay. And it's based on, attractiveness, abilities, her actions, her assets, and her attitude. So say her attitude is a 6, but her body is an 8. And then her assets is so you get a composite score of 42. Well, on the end, that means that if I put it on a scale, then I got to be on the 7 every time, 7 or more. I got to give out that type of energy.
No, that's a very interesting scale. Now, are you at that level on all of those particular categories or better? You yourself.
I mean, on the average, I'm an 8.
Okay, all right.
So I'm a 40 on the 5. On the 5 attributes, I'm a 5. I get a 40, right? Because I'm an 8, right?
Okay.
Now, if she's a 6. Okay, well, I'm already ahead of the game. You understand what I'm saying? Then, if I go on her, she might be, her attitude might be a 9 or a 10. So, whatever she's giving me, I exactly have to match that. But then on the competence score, I have to do an average. So, if she's been averaging a 7, then I'm going to do a 7.5, maybe an 8. But if she's been averaging a 6, I'm gonna bring that down, and that's a yearly evaluation.
So wait. This is deep. This is deep, Fred. Are you saying you show up based on how she shows up? Is it because I hear all the numbers and the averages and the scale and the points and the grid, but if we reduce what you're saying down, you're basically saying you show up based on what she is, how she shows up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the Los Angeles Lakers. You're the Lakers. The Lakers,
right.
You play down to the level of the competition, so you playing too.
Right, but I ain't trying to marry nobody. So, this is a relationship. This ain't no marriage. So, if you're trying to go for the marriage, then, you got to give it a little bit more effort. But to maintain a relationship, hey, you got to put in as match hers, because sooner or later, in the long run, you're either going to burn out or you're going to get resentful because she hadn't stepped up.
Interesting.
Now, that's your fault. That's your fault.
Interesting.
Because, see, I believe in minimum effort and maximum gain so that I don't burn myself out.
Wow. Fred, as always, man, an interesting talk when you call in. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Northridge, California is in the building because of you. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get over to San Francisco. Rhett in the building. What up, Rhett?
Yo, what's going on, brother? How you making out?
Man, I'm over here trying to make a deep impact, and I don't know if maybe I'm just scratching the surface.
Well, before I get into my commentary, I will say Fred's comment was interesting. I don't know if I can co-sign playing the relationship stock market, but it is a very interesting perspective that brother had from across the bay.
Yes.
It's really interesting, though, because in a recent show, you posed the question, are you what you seek in others?
That's right.
And if we're using that framework, this quote from Benjamin E. Mays came to mind, and I wanted to share and get your perspective.
Please.
That the tragedy of life is often not in our failure, but rather in our complacency.
Come on.
Not in our doing too much, but rather in our doing too little. Not in our living above our ability, but rather in living below our capacity.
Come on, brother.
Can you speak to that?
Yes.
Because Benjamin E. Mays used to drop heat, and it seemed perfect with tonight's topic.
And that's the topic. The brother Rhett just encapsulated the topic. So many of us attract a person that isn't interested or that isn't motivated because we ourselves struggle with being motivated internally. This is why I use the Lamar Odom analogy, right? When I said Lamar Odom is an externally motivated guy, right? He has to be pushed from the outside. And I'm saying if you're in a relationship like that, that relationship to me borders on codependency. Because you need them. You need them. They're your locomotive. They're your locomotion. They're pushing you. Without them, who's going to push you? So to me, that builds some level of dependency. So when you talk about complacency, especially this here quote, the quote encapsulated the whole topic. If you've attracted that person, you're going to first have to recognize that you're that person to some degree. Now it's about self-investigation. How do I outline these areas in my life where I am complacent as it pertains to me? Do you see what I'm saying, Rhett?
Yeah. Ooh.
Now, a lot of people don't want to do that work. So this is why we'll get the Freds of the world. This is why I said Fred wasn't wrong. I'm not saying Fred was wrong, but we'll get the Freds of the world who create a grid. Say, this is the grid. You have to fit the grid because the grid takes the load off of me somewhat. Does that make sense, Rhett?
It makes perfect sense. I'm listening to you immediately. I thought about Benjamin E. Mays and that quote. I recently read something, and it was more about the lack of body positivity that all genders have, and that when a survey asked 100 people how comfortable they would be standing in front of a mirror naked, doing that self-investigation that you talked about, if we can't do that about our physical appearance, how do you think it's even possible for someone to do that about the inner work or the trauma that they've experienced, if they can't even look at themselves physically for the things that they can control?
Wait, Rhett, nah. You don't get to just drop bombs and leave. You got to stay. You got to hang on as we come forward. When we come forward, we going back to San Francisco and continue this most riveting discussion with my brother Rhett.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Will Smith opens up about the infamous Oscar slap. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. As a guest on The Daily Show, Will Smith opened up to Trevor Noah about the incident with the Oscar host and comedian Chris Rock at this year's Oscars. Will Smith, who won his first Academy Award later that night, was promoting his forthcoming film, Emancipation, when he spoke with Noah about what life has been like since the shocking incident.
That was a horrific night, as you can imagine. There's many nuances and complexities to it, but at the end of the day, I lost it. And you just never know what somebody's going through. Not that justifies my behavior at all. We just got to be nice to each other, man. The thing that was most painful for me is I took my heart and made it hard for other people. I understood the idea where they say hurt people hurt people.
Yeah. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
We're all about a luxe kind of holiday. That's why at Ulta Beauty, we have all the scents of the season, like fabulous fragrances from YSL, Valentino, and Ariana Grande, plus so much more. And to make things a little sweeter, with a fragrance purchase of $65 or more, you'll get a free plush robe or throw, a $60 value, our treat. Because our kind of holiday is you having your kind of holiday. So don't wait. Visit your local Ulta Beauty or buy online and pick up in store. Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
I used to think that love was so silly. Something that a girl like me never dreamed of. It never was for me, no, not really. But there was not a guy who was special enough until you came and made me so happy. Like a child on Christmas Day. I was so anticipating. And I didn't know I could ever feel this way. All the change in my heart. You brought me so much joy. Love sorry. Love's all the hopes of a girl and a boy. I used to think that love was
Come on now. Now I'm just acting a fool. Babyface and Karen White, Love Saw It? Come on, man. Love Saw It is the name of the song. 1988, Karen White's first album. Amazing record, man. And I'm playing these records, man, because these records are telling a story that fits the narrative of what we're talking about. If self-knowledge is perpetual, how then can your love, your relationship, your experience together be allowed to become complacent? My brother Rhett from San Francisco was on and he was cooking and he quoted Benjamin. Can you read the quote again? For everybody who didn't hear it, brother, please give us that nugget one more time.
Absolutely, good brother. This quote is from Benjamin E. Mays, who is was a prolific thinker. And it says, the tragedy of life is often not in our failure, but rather in our complacency, not in our doing too much, but rather in our doing too little, not in our living above our ability, but rather in our living below our capacities.
Boy, man, you don't understand how fire that is. because you see people living like that when they refuse to step out of the comfort zone of what they've been taught to be the truth. How many people refuse to challenge their truth when the cracks have been exposed? When the chink has been exposed in the armor that builds up their identity? They run back to the comfort zone. They run back to the safety net. Am I lying, brother?
Ooh, no, you dropping heat.
So if you do that on your own without being in a relationship, you're going to bring that mess to you're going to bring that thought process to the relationship, correct?
Absolutely.
Man, let me just say this, brother. I appreciate you for hanging on. I appreciate you for dropping that quote, because that framed it up perfect, man. I appreciate you. Call in anytime, Red.
Absolutely. Go, James.
Go, baby. Here we go. All right, brother.
Go, James.
Yeah. So, again, I got to go forward. But when I return, I'm going back to the phone lines. My brother Ronan is on the line. My brother Daryl from Los Angeles is on the line. I'm going to talk to y'all because tonight's topic and that last caller set it off.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that when we fight, we win. Community Coalition trains activists and organizers in order to support power building with Black, Brown, Indigenous, and people of color. Community Coalition works to help transform the social and economic conditions in South LA that foster addiction, crime, violence, and poverty by building a community institution that involves thousands in creating, influencing, and changing public policy. Founded by Karen Bass in 1990, Community Coalition was born as an African American and Latino organization with the goal of turning hopelessness and despair into action. The activism of the Community Coalition's members and community residents has almost solely stimulated economic recovery in South LA for decades, generating billions of dollars by redirecting them to South LA schools and foster care. In addition, Community Coalition offers amazing mind, body, soul resources, advocacy, and policy work, and has a robust and active membership body. To become a member, get a referral, or get support for your nonprofit, visit cocosouthla.org. That's cocosouthla.org, or call 323-750-9087. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Greatest records ever made. Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. We doing classic duets tonight. My playlist is my co-host, as you know. Where is the love? If you're complacent, you're most likely scared. And if you're scared, you're love impaired. That's a bar. Somebody meme that right now. If you're complacent, you're most likely scared. And if you are scared, you are love impaired. That's why Roberta and Donnie said, where is the love? If you ain't got it for yourself, you done got lazy and complacent on your self-work, and you think your intimate interactions are gonna work. They're not gonna work. They're just not. This is why I said in a previous show, a lot of people hide behind gender roles because the gender roles give you your marching orders in a relationship. This is what a man supposed to do. This is what a woman supposed to do. So you doing what the role says you're supposed to do, but you're not doing the self-work. So you think if I just do what the gender role tells me to do, then I've fulfilled my obligation to you. No, your obligation to your partner is this. You should come as healthy as you can be. Uh-oh. But if you've gotten complacent with regards to acknowledging the work that is necessary for you to overcome your own darkness, you bring in more work for them. Oh, goodness. 1-800-920-1580. Daryl from Los Angeles. You've been on the longest. Talk to me.
Okay, real quick. So I think that complacency in a relationship, I guess it would depend on your age. But that said, complacency, in my opinion, is the beginning of the erosion of the relationship.
Talk to me.
Because you're not, you don't get to be complacent in a relationship. You're either growing together or you're growing apart. And it's a slow burn. If you think you can just come home and take it for granted that, okay, we're in love or we're in a relationship.
Wait, Daryl. Hold on, because you're cooking. I want you to remember your thought. I got to take you forward. When I come forward, I'm going to let you finish that thought, but I need you to remember it. When we come forward, Lord have mercy. They in here cooking tonight. When we come forward, more from the Voice of Reason.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The Justice Department is working to handle the water issues in Jackson, Mississippi. The DOJ filed a federal complaint against